Welcome to Modern Femme-ily with your host and resident lesbian, Cassie. Join her and our resident LGBTQIA plus ally, Molly, as they talk to women of all walks of life to discuss everyday matters of a woman's world. Join these lovely beauties every Friday at 8 p.m. to talk about hot topics, sensitive topics, but most of all, the real topics.
Hello, awesome humans! Welcome to Modern Femme-ily. If you are new, hello, welcome. If you are coming back and watching our shenanigans, thank you for joining us again for another week full of who knows what. You never know what you're going to get with us. That's the joy of Modern Femme-ily. But hello, my name is Cassie, your host and resident lesbian. And I always give everyone a disclaimer because you never know what's going to come out. We may look like ladies, have lots of, makeup and not so much hair done tonight. It's just kind of up in a bun. But some of our favorite words are 4 little short letters. So if you're in the East Coast and you're preparing for the apparent last snowstorm of the year, fingers crossed, hopefully last snowstorm of the year, and it's getting cold outside, now is your time to grab your favorite warm beverage or cocktail, mocktail, whatever you prefer, and lock those kiddos in the bathroom, or my favorite, lock yourself in the bathroom and join us for the next hour while we talk about who knows what. This month is actually, this episode specifically is in celebration of International Women's Day. So we're going to be talking about all things women because we are women. But before we get into that, I'm going to bring out my lovely, beautiful co-host. I can see her backstage and she is ready to go. So let me bring her in.
I mean, I wouldn't say ready, but I feel like a little bit. Yeah.
You're
no,
here.
Hello. Hi. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah. Our episodes are, you never know what you're gonna hear. Or not hear. Who knows?
Yeah. Last week we were gonna, kick off Women's History Month. And we decided to change it last minute because we canceled the week before because I had some crazy life stuff going on. And we just talked about that.
I feel like life stuff is just like always happening, especially like when you get into your 30s. Like,
yeah,
it just starts to like fucking get real. Mm-hmm.
No, for real. Like, fucking real is the way to say it. Like,
yeah. Like, you can't recover like you used to.
No.
Like, I don't party well anymore. Mm-mm.
I barely drink for that very reason. It takes me twice as long to recover.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I hurt myself. Like,
yes. My back goes out randomly. Like, what is that?
Yeah, there is.
And it's not in like cool ways either, like fighting a bear or like trampolining over a canyon. No, it's like putting a blanket on a freaking dog. Yep, that actually happened. True story.
Right, that did actually happen to Molly. God love it.
And I think I called you or my boss or our boss, and I was like, I pulled my back out. I gotta go to a chiropractor. I'm really embarrassed on how it happened, so I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I can get in today, so.
I covered up the dog and I threw my back out.
Yeah.
Welcome to your 30s, okay?
I know. And then you lied to your chiropractor and say you just fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
That's my go-to every time.
I had a chiropractor ask me once, he was like, your back is so out of whack and your hips are out of place. Like, what did you do? And I was like, do you want the truth? And he's like, well, yeah, what happened? I said, I got off the couch.
Right. I always feel like I need to vamp it up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm clumsy.
I don't know. It just does. Well, and to be fair, I was really, really tough on my body.
Me too.
When I was younger, in the sense of like, getting thrown from horses, getting trampled by, a stampede of steers. Like,
Right,
yeah,
because
that
this
happened.
girl grew up on a farm, so like
Yeah, I mean, I
you-
broke fingers, feet,
Yeah. Yeah.
dislocated everything you can think of. Yeah.
And so real quick, I just stuffed a fry in my mouth. We are both eating dinner
Oh my
tonight
gosh,
with y'all
yeah.
because neither one of us ate before the show. So I
Well,
took a nap.
I was just saying, let's be real, right? We have real lives. So
Yeah.
I had to go run some errands before, like, after work. And luckily, like, today I made sure that I was actually able to, like, leave on time.
Right.
And it was really nice. And so I, like, went and ran errands, and it was really nice. And then I lost my train of thought right now.
But you
and
came home and you had to get ready.
Oh yeah, because we have real lives. That was my point.
Yeah.
Man.
And
Yeah.
like we've said before, we don't look like this for work. Like,
No. Oh, no.
we have the pleasure of
and
working from home.
Yeah, I almost did the bare face today, but luckily my makeup is super fast to put on now.
Yeah.
So.
But
like,
real quick before we jump into our comments and all of that fun stuff.
What?
And Molly breaks things.
Yeah.
I think we should tell everybody where they can find us. What do you think?
I mean, I feel like that's a good idea. So then you can watch us night after night or like Friday, whatever, every Friday night.
Every Friday night at 8, you can find us on the network that we are part of, WLFE-GB.com. You can also find us on their Facebook just their Facebook and their YouTube, but their Facebooks are WLFE-DB Radio, and they have an LGBTQIA+ page, and we fall under all of those beautiful umbrellas. So you can find us on all of their networks, but more importantly, you can find us on our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We stream live every Friday at 8 p.m. on Facebook and our YouTube page because we are an interactive podcast. So you can comment, you can banter with everybody else who is watching and having shenanigans.
Yeah.
But our Facebook and our YouTube are spelled exactly the same as it is up top. And our Instagram, there are no dashes in it. So it's all one word. But, ready?
I mean, don't do that. Because then I feel pressure to do a song. And sometimes I just don't feel like it.
No.
But not most importantly, but like kind of important, a lot of important. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like it says down there on our banner, so elegantly put. Do it. Do the things.
Yeah, do the things. And if you share, make sure you let us know that you've shared it. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, let us know you've subscribed.
I mean, especially the bug video, like I still have like in the back of my mind, I need to like edit. What is happening? Your face just like totally changed.
I was thinking about the bug. Like, I think.
Oh, I thought like you saw a comment or something. I was like, ooh, is it something juicy?
No.
Yeah, no. So yeah, the bug episode, like I seriously want to like edit it or something and like put it on for like TikTok or something. I feel like because it's hilarious. Go check that one out, people. It's so funny.
I don't even remember what our topic was that evening.
Oh my god, I don't even know.
Like, it's just will forever go down in history as the bug episode.
Yeah, no, legit. And then the fear, I mean, I'm rehashing it because it's like so funny. The fear happened. It crawled across the camera. Spoiler alert. Ish, whatever.
Kind of.
So funny.
Yeah, it was an epic episode. Like, we've had a lot of really good episodes, but that one I think takes the cake just because we had a stink bug crawl across the camera.
Yeah, and then I panicked, and like, of course, when Molly goes into panic mode, I get really like irritated and like demanding, and like, so I was like demanding, and Charlie was like, "Come in here, do it! You're doing it wrong, though.
Kill the bug! No, not that way." Yeah, I mean,
I'm working on it. Whatever.
Like, when you're panicking though, like, it's just you panic, so you can't help it.
No,
we're getting all kinds of love though. I have to go through some of these real quick.
Yeah, please.
The wife says, "Good evening, ladies. Good evening."
Yes.
And
talked
she's
to
not in
her
her
earlier.
banishment room tonight. She's on the other side of that door.
Oh, wait, my hair's
She's just
fuzzy on that side.
hanging out. That's okay. My hair is like tonight.
No, you
so.
have like a J-Lo bun happening right now. Like you're giving me like J-Lo vibes. Jenny from the Black. That's like with the hoops.
With the hoops. Yep.
Yeah.
And my shirt says chaos coordinator, so I mean
it fits.
I could be Jenny from the Black and a chaos coordinator. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But we also have Kat checking in. She says, hi, ladies. Hello, Kat. Hello.
Oh, okay. Now I have to say to everybody, this wonderful person sent me a wedding quilt. Can we believe that?
I'm going to need to see that.
It's so... I know, I should go grab it. Should I go grab it?
You don't have to if you want to. It's up to you. Maybe you can get it
on.
Gosh.
I'll show it next episode. Like, I'll make sure I bring it in. It's so beautiful. It's so colorful. And, oh my gosh, I love it. And I have a pillow. She made me a pillow.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited.
Yeah. She was talking about it. One of the episodes she was on, before the episode or after the episode, I'm not sure. We always talk before and after.
Yeah.
And she was talking about it, and I was just like, it sounds so pretty.
I know.
I can't wait to see it.
I know. It's really cool.
So, Reese, back to the alcohol. Twice as long to recover from half the alcohol. Facts.
It is.
Facts. Like, it's not fair.
And it's not worth it. Like, let's be honest. Like, there are times where I'm the one that goes ham. My husband does not. Hardly ever.
Right.
So he's the one that take care. Yeah, I guess that was right. Take cares of me. No, I feel like that's not right. Take cares. Takes care. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I said that like 18 times and it still was not, I couldn't get it right. Yeah.
It is what it is.
He's the one that looks after me.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm the one that kind of just gets, drinks a little too much. Just to the point where I'm like, I love everybody.
Yeah.
And I should probably go to bed right now.
Right. I should lay down.
Yeah.
And then talking about the throwing the back out, Kat says, I sneeze too hard and throw my back out. Yeah, okay. I feel that.
Thank you. It's so, and like, yeah, because I know for a fact, because there's this one spill that happened. I hurt so bad. I literally was like flew into the air and then came down on my left hip. Right? So hard when I cried, of course. And then when my father came to me, because we were in an arena, I was riding a horse, blah, 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 and came to me, I was like, call 911. I broke my hip. I swore I broke my hip. It hurt so bad. Legit, I was bruised from my shoulder blade down past my kneecap.
Oh my God. Oh.
I'm not kidding.
You were a walking bruise, literally.
Yes. It oh my gosh, it was so bad. And then because it was such a big area, they had to massage it.
Oh, no thank you. Don't touch me.
Oh, that hurts. Because you don't want blood clots, you just kind of have to massage. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Put that blood back into the body.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You are getting love, Cass says, and the braid looks awesome, Molly.
Thank you. This, I know. I am because I'm not a quote unquote long haired person. I have had short hair my entire life. Right. I've had shaved heads. I only have one head.
You can't say shit like that when I'm trying to take a drink.
I know. So sorry. It's coming out your nose.
Right, it almost came out my nose.
No, yeah, so I've had my head shaved. I've had short bobs, whatever you name it. If it was short, I've had it.
Right.
And then the COVID hit.
And your
kind of
engagement
really.
happened.
Actually, no, I decided the haircut before your wedding. I said I'm growing out my hair. And at that point, it was only going to be like shoulder length. And then I got it there and I was like, let's see how far I can go.
Right.
So then I decided I'm not going to cut it until after the wedding. My wedding.
Right.
So it grew for like 2 years. This is what I get.
Crazy.
I know.
It looks great
Anyway,
though.
that rabbit trail is over.
It happens. We're used to it on this show.
Yeah.
Reese, shared and subscribed. You are a rock star.
I know.
We love you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm married to you, so that's kind of an obligation of mine. I vowed to it, but we still love you here on Modern Family. Charles, your lovely husband, said it was an absolute death-defying encounter, referring to the fucking hilarious bug issue.
I know.
Yep. So we're talking about falling down still.
Yeah.
And Kat says Vegas pool party, bitch. We was tossed.
Oh,
or was that being drunk?
Yeah. No, we were toasted.
You're in Vegas. What are you supposed to do in Vegas?
Well, and it was Cabana, and we had service, so they would get us drinks, and there was like this cucumber one. And then you could sit in the pool with your drink. I mean, you're gonna be
super drunk, schnockered.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah,
that was the best.
But sorry for my greasy fingers, people. I'm eating chicken fingers now.
Oh yeah, I'm like talking so much that like I'm not eating.
I am starving, so you're just gonna have to deal with me eating dinner, but that's okay. So anyway, so Tuesday was International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Right? I think it was Tuesday. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it was Tuesday.
It was like the 8th.
Yeah. Yep, Tuesday, March 8th was International Women's Day. And this year, there was a theme. I had it pulled up here. Let me see. So this year's theme was called #BreakTheBias. So it says this year, the International Women's Day theme is #BreakTheBias. Whether deliberate or unconscious, bias makes it difficult for women to move ahead. The IWD website states, knowing that bias exists isn't enough. Action is needed to level the playing field. And it's so true.
Absolutely. And this is what was so great, right? So on that day, I was on my great favorite app called TikTok. And it was so awesome. This woman, and I can't remember her name, so I can't give her any kind of credit. So I'm so sorry. However, she was like pointing out how, all of these businesses were like posting about like happy International Women's Day, or what month or whatever, and saying like, thank you so much for what you've been doing through this COVID and blah, we support you. And then this bot, right, would comment and be like, actually you're a liar, because you're like, women are being paid like 50% less than your male employees.
Shots fired.
Yes, it was, and like was commenting on so many people's like so many companies' things that were like saying this,
right,
and were not true. Like, you were just trying to jump on this bandwagon.
Well, and that's the issue.
And that was for pay equality. Like,
right,
seriously, like, come on.
Yeah. And, that's one of the biggest issues. And it's honestly with, any like international day. And I put that in quotes because some of them aren't completely recognized. It's just kind of like, oh, today is National Ice Cream Day. Like,
or like, right.
Stuff like that. But you have all these big companies who we know are multi-million-dollar companies, right? Like, or billion-dollar companies at this point. Yeah. And, everyone is welcome here on Modern Family, so don't get me wrong, but you have that misogynistic asshole on the top who is like, a woman belongs pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen.
Well, I'm sorry. No, if you're a chauvinistic asshole, you're not welcome here. Like,
well,
go
true.
Find yourself and then come back.
Right. I mean,
I'm also not going to teach you. That's not my job.
Right. Men, non-binary, fluid, like everyone is welcome here. But if you're a dick, you're getting blocked. So
that's what I'm saying.
Don't bring your shit here because we'll eat you alive.
Yeah. No.
So.
And that's the crappy thing is like I have been in work situations where I have been demeaned solely because of being a woman.
Yeah. Well, for example, I worked in a nightclub and I worked security, right? And of course we had like several like official MMA trained fighters on our team, right? I worked in a bigger city. It was a capacity of like 1,700 people. Maybe not quite that many, but it was like 1,500. We pushed that boundary quite a bit, but yeah, we were always busy, right? And we lived in it was in a city, so you had every ethnicity imaginable. It was a gay club, but everyone was welcome as long as you weren't a dick, right?
Right.
But often there's Molly's train. But often you had those dicks that came in there and wanted to be like, you're a woman on security? Like,
oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you think I can't handle myself? Like,
that's the most irritating part because like I am built like a brick house. I am a refrigerator. Come at me, brah. It's so like I am so strong sometimes. but
yeah. Like ridiculous. I'll tell you a story. So there was a guy, he was total asshole, right? Just causing problems in the bar. Not the first time he's done it.
Right.
And I was dating the head of security at the time. And imagine she was a woman. But I called them my staff too. Like they would come to me before they go to her. Like
right.
Because I was the mom of the group. Like, let's be real.
What I'm eating is very, very good. I just want to say that right now.
It looks really good. If it weren't snowing tomorrow, I could see the wife being like, "We're gonna need to go to Taco Bell."
Right.
But so I had a coworker at the time. She's 5 foot tall, 5'1", like this tiny little thing, this big around, like. So this guy is probably 6'3", 6'4", and he's tall and lanky, right? But he is acting a fool. And I was actually in our coat check at the time. Like, that's where we kept all of our equipment and everything. And I look out through the lobby, and she has this 6'3", 6'4" man picked up by his belt buckle. She is behind him, and she's got her hand around his waist, and she's got a hold of his belt buckle. And all she did was lean back.
Yeah.
And his feet were off the ground. And let's just say he didn't know how to handle, one, a woman handling him that way, and two, being picked up by someone who was 5 foot tall. Like, he's freaking out, and she will forever and always be known as Mighty Mouse.
Oh my gosh. For real. How could she not be?
Little but mighty.
Yes.
And, like, after that, like, all of his friends were like, we're not messing with the girls in this place. Like, they are not fucking around.
I know how to take care of my shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to. Yeah. Well, and like I always said, my dad wanted boys and he got 2 girls.
Yeah.
So, I know how to chop things and skin things and...
Yeah. Well, I was the only girl in my family until my uncle started dating my aunt, like, several years after I was around. I was the only girl, so I had older male cousins, and we would play with Matchbox cars in the dirt, and we would go hunting,
right?
And we would do all kinds of stuff, like that's.
No. I did play with Barbies though.
I did have Barbies, but that was like me time at home, not with the family, because the boys would have been like, pulling the heads
my
off
gosh.
and
Well, no, I think like I was so creative. Like those Barbies had a life. They had a story. They had
yeah,
a background. They were going places.
they were independent women doing
Yes.
things. I
And
love
then
it.
my sister would come along, put them in her dump trucks, and pull off their heads. Oh
Well, your
my gosh.
sister's a bit of a brute. She's
I don't know, like rabbit trail because it's a funny story.
okay.
My dad was at one point like a long haul truck driver, and mainly for Christmas tree. Long haul, I don't want to say long haul. He would drive down to like the bottom of California and deliver Christmas trees from Washington. Like, so I don't know.
Those states are very long.
Yeah, right.
So,
So and that was like our vacations. He's like, let's go on it. And like we were kids, right? And it was a sleeper truck. And my mom, of course, would like deck it out. And it was amazing. And like there was a little top where my sister and I would sleep, and then the main bed or whatever. And we loved it because then like we would travel, and I had my Barbies, of course. And
can't travel without them. They're going places.
that's what I'm saying. My mother-fluid sister writes me a note and says, hands it to me. At this point, right, I can't read because I'm really super young. And she hands me a note and goes, hey, go hand this to mom and have her read it to you out loud. And I was like, okay, cool. So I open up the little thing that like divided us, the little curtain, and then I close it, and I was like, mom, read me this note. And she's like, okay. So she's reading it, and it says, dear Molly, by the time mom gets done reading this letter, some of your Barbies will be gone. She threw them out the window.
I mean, that's savage. Like, that's back in the day savage.
That is what I grew up with. Like,
yeah. And we love your sister. Don't get us wrong. But
absolutely.
damn, girl.
No, like she legit made me like the cynical, devious, because you gotta think ahead.
Right.
You gotta get back at her. And I would do stupid stuff and get caught where she would not. So I got smarter. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I'm gonna go back to some comments once we come back from commercial. Yeah. But we have choo choo. Then we have chug a chug.
Yes.
And so we're talking about Taco Bell, right? Because that's what Molly's having for dinner. Yeah. Reese says I can walk there. So as long as there are Taco Bell employees at the local Taco Bell close to our house, apparently the wife's walking there to get Taco Bell tomorrow. We'll see. And then you got to add the ding. And apparently, I don't know if she's watching, Stacy Souza, or as we lovingly call her, D. That is my ex girlfriend that I worked with. She was the head of security at the club that we worked at. And people will find this funny. We are still great friends to this day. We weren't always great friends after we broke up, but we were able to maintain a friendship. Reese and her became the best of friends. They were, I swear, mortal enemies when we dated.
Right.
But,
well, I mean, they were probably after the same person.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, I mean, apparently I'm a snack and didn't know it. I don't know. Right. Yeah. Unbeknownst to me, but so, but they became best of friends. They actually roommated together for a while. And we will go down there. Her dad sadly passed away last year. But he was very sick beforehand. So like every Friday we would get off work before we started the show.
That.
Or Saturday we would get up and we would drive to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and we would, just sit with her at the house and make sure we ordered dinner because, God knows she wasn't eating at that point. Just because she was so upset about everything, which I do not blame her. Of
course. Right.
And we're great friends. She was actually our dog sitter at our wedding.
I remember that.
She was Rexy's chaperone that day, so he had someone who could control him because he's a crazy dog. But yeah, she was our head of security, and she too is only like 5 foot tall, like itty bitty tiny thing. So yeah, but I don't know if she's watching or not. But if you are, hi Dee, we love you. If you're not and you catch us on replay, you know, the love. But I do want to get into some of these other comments because they are great points about what we're talking about, like with women and
Oh yeah,
the inequality. There's no other way to
yeah.
put it. It's inequality in the world. It doesn't have to be here in the US. It could be anywhere. It's just inequality in general. So I definitely want to get into those. But I don't want to open that can until we come back from commercial break.
Till after the break, because that's what we do. We ramble the first half hour and then we get our shit together.
Yeah.
And then after half hour of that,
yeah,
the last half hour, we have our shit together. So when we get back from break, guys, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to take a short commercial break. We will be right back. Do not go anywhere unless you're refilling your cocktail or getting a snack. But we will see you in just a few short minutes.
Ew.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Try again, buddy. Try again. Yay! Okay. Oh yeah! Good job. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com. You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now back to our program.
Hello. Molly disappeared.
I would forget to turn back my camera on, but hello, welcome back. We're back.
Welcome back to our shenanigans. Again, you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, I forgot to check just to make sure my teeth are... We're good.
We're good? Okay. But I want to hop right into some of these comments because they are so good. So Reese brought up a really good point, and it's so annoying. And Kat chimes in right after and says, right, I fucking hate that. It is so true. We're just going to put that there for a second. And for those of you who listen on where you can listen to podcasts, fucking pink tax.
It's... Don't even get... Well, I mean, let's get started. Let me get started. But let's get started. It's so annoying. Yeah. First off, like, the fact that I have to pay for what? Why?
Yeah. Like, and pink tax doesn't just affect females. It's anyone with a uterus. Like anyone
Yes.
with, you know, who likes the color pink. You know, like you literally, and some people may not know this if you're watching. I could buy a men's razor
Mm-hmm.
for $2-3, right?
Yeah.
That same equivalent razor in a women's brand
Oh,
is
yeah.
like $7.
Yeah. Now, our clothing is more expensive.
Mhm.
It can be.
Yeah.
But like not made well, and then our sizing's fucked up. Like, what?
Yeah.
Makes
Yep.
no sense.
No sense at all.
And then there's no universal sizing like there is on the men's side.
right.
You know, that's fun, right? Talk about give you a body complex growing up.
No, for real, because
Yeah.
like some of my shirts that I have are a large. And some of my
Yeah.
shirts that I have are like a XXX. I'm like,
Right.
what the hell? All because I
Right.
was blessed with a big chest.
Right. No, for
Thanks,
real.
people. Like, I didn't choose to have big boobs. That's my
Well, I don't, like,
DNA.
For me, honestly, I've gone to a point, and I'm really glad that I have in my life that so I don't care what size I'm wearing.
right.
Because one, I want it to be comfortable. I want to feel comfortable in it.
Yep.
And does it make me feel cute?
Thank you.
That's all I care about.
Yep.
So please, let's get a universal sizing so that when I go to these websites, I know exactly what size I need to get.
yeah. Yep.
Is it too much to ask?
Yeah.
Somebody
Because-
get on that.
Right. Let's change the world tonight. Like, we need to make that happen. Like,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but even, you know, we're a woman show, so trigger warning. We get periods,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
No, and the fact that that's what I said, the fact that I have to go in and pay to make sure that, like, I don't bleed in public because it's going to make somebody uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like, okay, I can't help it. That's just my
I
body's,
mean, no. Right, sorry.
it's just my body's natural process. Like, if I could choose to not have a period, absolutely. I don't want to, it's annoying. It's uncomfortable. It's
Right,
a pain.
which I've been reading, apparently or maybe, I don't know, it's not supposed to be that way.
Well, tell my
It can-
body that, please.
Right. But they said it can be like just like an imbalance, and so you can like herbs and like herbal like remedies can really help that. So I'll let you know. I've been doing it,
Yeah.
some of it. So
No. Yeah, absolutely. Keep us
Oh, yeah.
posted on that because
I'm doing like the remedy teas and stuff, like the loose leaf teas and like
right.
so we'll see, and vitamins and stuff, like minerals that are like supposed to help you through that time.
Yeah.
So
Well, and
we'll see.
'cause I'm the person that like the time that I actually have my period, okay? No issues. It's really maybe the first day like I have cramps. The
Yeah.
week before, it's like my body is trying to reject everything.
Well,
And it
and let's not
hurts.
forget, and I feel like some men, if you're watching, need to know this, a period is not 7 days.
No.
You
It
have
can
the
be,
7
but
days
yeah.
before,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the 7 days after,
Yeah.
right? During those that time, your body is cycling through hormones that men's bodies cycle through in a day.
Yeah.
It takes us a month.
Yep.
And you know how like sometimes like throughout the day you get like irritated men? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
21 days of that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to get some volunteers and we'll get those TENS units and we'll hook them up. So you can
Thank
feel
you.
what it's like to have cramps because we're not exaggerating, people. If you have a uterus
Yeah.
and you have experienced cramps, you know how horrible it can be.
Well, and like again, I guess I'm going down this path. Let's talk about if you have to get like your cervix scraped.
I had a biopsy on one. Or
Yeah.
on my cervix, the only one, but yeah.
They take a chunk, right? And for the longest time, because like unfortunately women's bodies were not researched as heavily as men's were, They thought the cervix didn't have any nerve endings. Bitch,
There's
you want to know
nothing-
how many a lot.
And that hurts so bad. And there is
And they
no
take a chunk.
anesthesia.
It's a chunk, people.
It's basically a hole
hurts.
punch. Yep.
Yes, it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
And you don't get anything. You don't get no local, nothing. No pain meds, nothing.
They're like, take some Tylenol. I'm like, you literally just took a piece of an internal organ.
And it hurts afterwards too. What?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's absolutely horrific. Is
But
it
yet-
necessary? Yes. But
Yeah. No, absolutely. But then they like don't question when I say I'm in pain.
Yeah.
That's another one too.
Mhm.
That's super like frustrating in the medical industry
You're
when it comes to
hysterical.
women, and especially women of color.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
absolutely. Yeah, like, they say that, white privilege isn't a thing. People say that all the time. It's absolutely a thing.
No,
absolutely.
I experience it every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just because of the color of my skin. And it's disgusting.
absolutely.
And I will always stand up on the right side of that history, trust and believe.
Yeah.
But women are always told, like, oh, you're not really in pain, right?
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of your skin color. But women of color, whether it be black, brown,
Mhm.
whatever ethnicity you are always deemed even more, hysterical, as they say.
Right. Well, yeah, that's another story. Like that it's traumatizing of like the things that have happened to women of color in the medical like industry.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
Yeah.
Like look it up if you want to know more, but it's really sad.
Yeah.
So put that aside. I don't want to put that aside, but with what women experience in the medical industry is very difficult.
Yeah.
And then if you want to add also a plus size woman in the medical industry, or
Everything-
healthcare, so much fun.
Yeah. Everything is deemed of, well, you're fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because I have extra weight doesn't mean what I'm experiencing isn't valid.
Right. Exactly. And it's not the cause of it.
Right.
Me losing weight isn't gonna fix the issue.
Right.
Me losing weight isn't gonna fix my thyroid.
Right. Well, case in point, I've lost almost 100 pounds. Right.
Right.
And now I'm having blood sugar issues. You would have thought if it was because of my weight, I would have gotten it, or had symptoms
Under control. Right.
2 years ago, and losing that, huge amount of weight would have helped it.
No. You're perfectly like healthy when you are at that size. And that's the thing that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Is just because I'm at this size does not mean I'm not healthy. I am perfectly healthy. I don't have high blood pressure.
No.
I don't have high blood sugar. Every time I go in, they're like, you're healthy as a horse. I'm like, I know it. Except for I'm kind of crazy and depressed and have anxiety. But hey, and ADHD, that's fun too.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start like empowerment. I want to talk like happier topics.
Yeah. Well, first we need to hit some of these comments because
Okay,
we're talking
yeah.
on like the whole like women in healthcare.
Yeah.
So Reese says, but God forbid you want a hysterectomy before the age 60.
I want to say this because I need people to know this. If I want to get a hysterectomy right now, my 33-year-old self would have to get permission from my husband.
Yep. And I wouldn't be able to because I don't have a husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Kat said, or your tubes tied after having one giant child.
Yeah. We do not have control over our autonomy.
No,
we don't.
Not at all. Not at all. Yep.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Reese said there are so many doctors that will not perform a hysterectomy because your husband may not want you to. Exactly.
No, yeah.
Like that
Absolutely.
is legit. Like
my dad legit. My mom had to have a hysterectomy because that she was having legit, her uterus was the size of a football. Yeah, it was really bad.
Wow.
So she had to have a full hysterectomy. My dad had to sign paperwork allowing it to happen.
Yeah. Absolutely insane.
She was 42. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
She's a...
Well, and let's not forget, it's 2022. Like,
I keep saying that, but like, we're going back into the dark ages.
yeah, it truly is, you know, the fact that, you know, people are like, you have rights over your body, and I'm like, do I?
I don't.
Because there are laws that are being put into effect, you know, or have been put into effect in the past couple years that don't give me any rights to my body at all.
No.
Like,
no.
The government literally tells me what I can and cannot do. And Kat says old white men need to stop making rules. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's, unfortunately, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, America was built on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's be honest. So.
Yep. Many moons ago, that's what we were built on, like you said, and
yeah,
it has never evolved.
But, well, yeah, and unfortunately, the inequality of women has been since the beginning of time.
Yep. They're like, well, we let you vote. Okay. Thanks for that.
In the 1920s or 1919 or something like that, like early 1900s, I'm gonna say, because I'm not quite remembering right now.
Right.
What? Like, come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
before then, we were property, and you could treat us however you seemed fit. Yeah. And they did, and they continue to do. So it's so much fun being a woman.
And I think it's important to mention it's not everybody, obviously.
No, obviously.
You know, there are good people in the world. Unfortunately, there just aren't enough.
Well, and it's not even, but it's the fact that, like, as a woman, you're going to experience it. And that's unfortunate. Yeah. There's been times in my life where I have experienced those fucking assholes. Yeah. Or
me too.
You know,
it's a sad reality that a lot of people either choose not to believe or they just stick their heads in the sand and ignore it. Mm-hmm. You know, and is it easier that way for a lot of people? Absolutely. Is it better for the female or, you know, uterus having people in their lives? No.
Right.
It's not easier for people like us.
It's easier for them because they don't have to like put in the effort to like make a change in their personality or the way they're thinking.
Yeah,
it takes some effort.
It takes effort. I think that is like the key right there. It takes effort. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it's on all parties. It's not just for us to stand up and, you know, yell and scream. And, you know, our women's march is important. 110%. You know, our women's, you know, peaceful protests, of course. I'm not for, you know, the looting and the craziness. Are they important? Absolutely. But we can't do it alone.
Right. Well, no, absolutely. Everybody, I think all groups of this, like trying to liberate themselves from, you know, the oppressor. Yeah. Need help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need each other's help. We need to help each other out.
Yep. We need to stand up, like I've said before, on the right side of history and all push for the change. Right. You know, because we go back to, you know, what was said about, like, you know, workplace advancement. Where we work, most people in management are women. Like, it is fucking great to see. Yeah. That, like, you know, Molly and I's direct boss is a woman. Mm-hmm. Most of our management staff, women. Mm-hmm. You know, our, you know, vice president He is a man.
Yeah.
But he is all for.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny though.
Like, he's all for the women,
He's
leading
such a
the
great guy.
way.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
he's
like
great.
again, that's like an ally. That's a safe person
Yeah.
that we as females or as women can go to if need be, to express something that needs to be expressed that we've like encountered or whatever. So that's really nice.
Yeah. And I've seen like the handling of situations like that firsthand, and it is amazing because it's not, well, what did you do?
Right. So like there are places and there are people who support, and
it's just hard to find, especially in the corporate world. It's very hard.
Oh, it's like the higher corporate up you go, the non-existing it is.
Right.
Like women support, like come on, it's hard to break that ceiling.
Yeah.
But we're doing it slowly.
Yeah. Slowly, but you know what? I can say that we have the first female vice president. So we're doing something right. So we have some really awesome comments that I really, really need to get into before. It's 8:51. So I want to. So Kat hit on a very hot topic that I'm dealing with personally right now. Kind of being very vocal about. Texas is scaring the fuck out of me because Utah will unfortunately follow. There are a lot of laws, whether they are being decided or put into place, depending on where they are in that process right now, in quite a few states that are absolutely terrifying against women, their bodies, LGBTQ, IA plus communities. Like it's a terrifying time right now.
Trans, like it's really sad.
Yeah. The trans community is getting pummeled in Texas specifically, the gay community in Florida specifically. Like it is 110% terrifying. And, I will always be an ally. I mean, I'm part of that, family, as some people may call it, but I definitely think it's, a family, and I will always stand up for what's right when it comes to that. And like, you live in Texas and you need a safe place to stay, come to Pennsylvania. We will home you. We will be part of
I'll drive to
that
Texas.
community.
I'll get you out.
Right? You are more than welcome.
Right. No, for real. I think what's really encouraging though is what we're seeing is our younger generations, specifically the people in high school who are peacefully protesting, walking out of their schools. And honestly, I don't really like public school, but no, I don't like private school either, but like I just don't. Anyway, walk out. Like let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, empower you to do that.
Yeah.
To have your voice be heard.
Yep.
And at that young age, that's all you can do it. Do it peacefully, hold up your signs and know and let everybody know that this state is going to get turned around once your generation hits like where it needs to be to make shit happen.
Right. I'm looking up a name real quick because I
was wondering what you were doing. I was like, are you texting about me behind my back?
No, well, actually, one of our supervisors did text me, which is fine. Like, he's doing his job. So, but I'm looking up a name real quick because I want to follow up on what you said. Hold on. If my phone will work with me. Okay.
So I was like, are we gonna just sit here in silence? Silence is nice, but then I was like, no, that might be awkward for our viewers. However, if you just want to like stare at my beautiful face, go ahead.
Right.
Do it now. Now.
Okay. How about now?
Right.
I forget what her name is. And I don't even know if they went by, her pronouns. But you know how we said, peacefully protest. Absolutely.
Right.
But there comes a point where if you're not being heard, you gotta make a little noise. I'm not talking about, blowing up a city. Like, let's not go to that extreme. But, for example, in the Stonewall riots, there was one person who picked up a brick and threw it through a window.
Right.
And that's how it kicked everything off. And that's how we started to see equality happening very slowly, and still to this day, very slowly, but start happening in the gay community. But it wasn't enough to peacefully protest. Everyone was still getting arrested just for peacefully protesting. And it took that one person to pick up a brick and chuck it.
Well, unfortunately, and like you kind of said, like you said it, is you don't leave these people much option.
Yeah.
Right. We've done these peaceful protests.
Yeah.
Nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. My life, my friends' lives, my loved ones' lives are in danger. I'm gonna make a sound, unfortunately, because you've left me no other choice.
Yep. I'm gonna shake things up a little bit and I'm gonna make a little noise. And maybe now you'll hear me.
That and thank you. Yes, and that's exactly what it is. That's what I feel that's what happened in the riots when the Black Lives Matter movement was happening.
Yeah.
We weren't listening.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you want to do?
And honestly, like I've had that conversation with my wife. If, my loved ones are, being jailed or murdered or any of the above and nothing was being heard, I'll burn the city down too.
What if you
figuratively, like I'm not going to set the city on fire, but like, and Reese just put a comment up. It's beautiful and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But riots are the language of the unheard. And it's so true. Yeah. Because you can only, like you said, peacefully protest for so long. Yeah. You can only march for so long until you're finally like, enough is enough. I need to be heard. We need to be heard as a group and a community.
Yeah, not even heard, right? But change needs to happen. People's lives are being affected. Yeah. The minority, whatever minority you fit into, it's being affected, and change just needs to start to happen. Exactly. And whatever that looks like, get involved in your local government. Like, actually take care. Like, what is happening in your area?
Yeah. Pay attention.
Just start small. You don't even have to be like, let's change the country.
Reese just said I can't take credit for that. It was MLK. I did not know that, so thank you for bringing that up. But it's so true. And think about absolutely. how many years ago that was said, and it's still true to this day.
This was happening in the 1920s. Let's be like, yes, we were at the cusp of like that revolution of like, ooh, we could be. Nope. Then we just started backsliding again, and it's been happening forever.
But so Charlie, your husband posted a comment that I definitely want to get to before the end of the show. So he said, women account for 50% of the population and should therefore have at least 50% of the positions in power in companies, finance, education, politics, etc. But it will take a while to undo 200 plus years of sexism and racism that's been embedded in the country since it was founded. Everyone needs to be proactive and be feminist and anti-racist. It's so true.
That's my husband, people.
Right? Like, but it is so true. It is so deeply embedded in our country that now, like, our generation and the generations after us are finally like, wake up, people.
We just can't do it anymore. And I think that, like, that the millennial era was the lot of the people in the Great Resign or whatever.
Yeah.
We were like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be underappreciated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. What else is crazy is it's 8:59.
I know.
We might have to see about extending our show a little bit. Because I feel like an hour is just not enough time for us anymore.
I know. Especially because, like, I'm like, now I'm going. Now I'm ready. I'm revved up.
Right. Well, keep the energy for next week because we are going to continue our Women's History Month because March is Women's History Month. So we are going to keep this going throughout the month. Tell your friends, tell your family, like, join us. Like, you guys know, we are an interactive podcast. So, share your comments, share your concerns. This is definitely a safe place. And
ask us questions. Do you want to know stuff about us? Because we'll answer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, heck, I think maybe we just do an episode where we just answer questions that come in. Like, what do you want to know about us? I mean, I'm not going to tell you, like, you're not going to get my bra size. So let's not go there, people.
I don't technically know my actual bra size. So I might not be able to give that to you.
Right. We're not going to get creepy, but we will answer, like, personal questions. My wife is being a butthead. She just commented and said, "Do you pick your nose?"
I do.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
That is a true statement.
Can I pick your nose, Molly?
No.
No, that's how you spread COVID. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, something. I just no. I'm not gonna. No.
But so it is 9:00, so we do have to
It
wrap up
is.
our show, unfortunately, people. But like I said, we are going to continue our, Women's History Month all month long. So don't miss an episode. Yeah. So make sure you tune in. But before we do, we always end our show on a positive note because there are so much negative shit in the world. Obviously, we've talked about a lot of it tonight. But is there anything positive that you want to talk about, Molly, or you want to mention, or just the fact that you're
I'm
happy
just
you got
that we're talking about this topic. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This is my time to shine. I have watched so many documentaries. I have read so many articles. I am so excited for this.
Yeah. Well, and I love that WLFE DB Radio has given us a platform that we can express this type of thing.
Right.
And we can talk about it freely, and no one's going to be, well, we might judge you a little bit. We'll try not
in
to
my head. I just want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
That's the catch.
Right. But we are a safe space, so you can always come in and we can discuss things and we can be an open forum, and I love that. I'm so thankful for that. And that we can just be a loving environment of negative shit in the world.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so with that being said, it's 9:02. So Molly and I are going to go finish our dinners. And
because I have a burrito waiting for me. It's coming
in. But until next week at 8 p.m., make sure you tune in then, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe so all of your friends, family, and random strangers on the internet can see our crazy shenanigans and our lovely faces. But until then, we will see you next week.
Bye.